Mary was hiding in the corner, secretly watching a handsome young man, when suddenly a package of chocolate dropped from the sky right in front of her. Instead of calling the police, she went straight to the drug dealer's hideout and returned the merchandise in perfect condition. However, she had one condition. She wanted in on the business. The boss couldn't help but laugh out loud and told her to go home and get some rest. But Mary wouldn't take no for an answer and immediately started pitching her advantages. First, I'm safer. Who's going to suspect a little old lady? Second, I'm cheaper. You can give me a smaller cut. The boss thought about it and realized she had a point, so he cut off a small piece of chocolate for her to try selling. And just like that, Mary's late-in-life entrepreneurial journey officially began with that little piece of chocolate. Back home, she divided the chocolate into 5-gram portions and disguised them as regular candy. Only after packaging everything did she realize a problem. She had no idea what to charge. So she went straight to the police station to find her son-in-law John, who worked there, and casually asked, "How much does chocolate cost per pound?" John was thrilled to see his mother-in-law actually seeking him out, since Mary had been cold to him ever since her daughter got married. Without thinking twice, he enthusiastically explained, "This stuff sells by the gram, and prices vary by type. The kind that looks like chocolate goes for about $40 a gram." Armed with market knowledge, Mary left excitedly, but faced a new problem: where to find customers. She found a street thug and pretended she wanted to buy drugs, getting him to reveal the dealing location. When Mary arrived, she discovered the business ran entirely on referrals. Nobody would talk to her. In desperation, she decided on a price war, selling at a 10% discount. Soon, a heavy-set guy came to buy and even brought her new customers. Everyone felt the old lady was more trustworthy than the young dealers, and with the good prices, business took off quickly. Before long, Mary had sold all her merchandise, surprising even the boss. "Didn't know you had it in you." He happily gave her the commission and handed over 2 pounds of product to keep selling. Looking at the money in her hands, Mary was as delighted as a child. But as soon as she walked out the door, trouble found her. A police dog caught the scent of chocolate in her bag and immediately charged after her. Mary tried to shake off the police dog by suddenly turning around and kicking it, but the dog immediately tackled her. Luckily, her police officer son-in-law arrived just in time to save her. Back home, she immediately locked the door and refused visitors, beginning her preparations. She heated a knife over fire, then cut the chocolate into 5-gram pieces. Then, bag in hand, she strutted to the farmer's market, pitching to anyone she met. Having learned from her first experience, her sales skills had obviously improved dramatically. With her sharp mind and price advantage, Mary quickly sold most of her inventory while gaining a loyal customer base. Still, selling illegal substances weighed on her conscience, so she went to church to confess to the priest. The priest listened in disbelief and was about to urge her to turn over a new leaf when she handed him a stack of cash. As Mary left the church, a group of thugs suddenly blocked her path. Ever since she started selling chocolate, these guys had lost all their customers to her. The thugs attacked her on the spot and stole her money. Faced with explaining this to the boss, Mary had no choice but to add some filler to her remaining product to increase the weight. While she was busy mixing, her daughter knocked on the door saying she was going on a business trip and asking Mary to watch her son. The mischievous kid snuck into the kitchen while Mary wasn't looking and poured various seasonings into a bowl, finally adding a piece of chocolate. Following her no-waste principle, Mary mixed these ingredients into a cake. When friends came to visit, she served them the cake. After tasting it, her friends thought it had a special flavor, like something extra had been added, and they all became mysteriously excited after eating it. Mary had a sudden inspiration and realized this was a new business opportunity. She worked through the night turning her remaining chocolate into bread and took it to the street to sell the next day. When the thugs saw her selling bread, they thought she'd changed careers and stopped bothering her. Her regular customers raved about the bread, and Mary's sales skyrocketed. Her daily sales equaled what others sold in a month, shocking even the boss. Seizing the opportunity, Mary demanded her commission be raised from 10% to 30%, threatening to quit otherwise. The boss had to agree since she was the top seller. Mary's business grew bigger and bigger. She didn't even need to go out anymore. Customers came to her and had to make appointments just to buy bread. To support her, the boss arranged bodyguards for deliveries. With more and more customers, Mary was overwhelmed and decided to develop a network. She gathered the thugs who had previously bullied her, fed them cake, and offered them 15% commission to bring in customers. The thugs were delighted and immediately recognized Mary as their boss. Mary then asked friends to help make cakes, quickly doubling production. Soon, she had completely monopolized the local chocolate market, with all dealers working under her. However, Mary's incredible sales performance quickly caught the attention of a major drug kingpin. The kingpin greatly admired Mary's talents and decided to put her in the boss's place, literally pushing the old boss out of the car. He told her that to make the business even bigger, she needed to develop new customer segments. How? He suggested targeting schools because kids love cake the most, and habits should be formed from childhood. Hearing this, Mary was stunned. While she loved making money, she had her limits. Selling cakes to children was simply insane, so she refused the kingpin's proposal and decided to go straight. The next day, she bought a luxury car and took her grandson and friends to the beach for vacation. They enjoyed themselves thoroughly, staying in the presidential suite of their dreams and having a blast at the casino. She thought she could enjoy her golden years this way, but when she returned home, she found her house ransacked. Then the dethroned boss appeared, threatening her with a weapon, claiming he'd kidnapped her grandson and forcing her to cooperate with the kingpin or he'd kill the boy. Just then, Mary's police officer's son-in-law came to visit. The dealers got scared and hid on the balcony. To protect her grandson, Mary lied that the wind had messed up the house and quickly sent her son-in-law away. But she already had a plan. That night, she gathered her friends, armed themselves, and stormed the dealer's hideout, threatening the boss to release her grandson. At her age, she wasn't afraid of death and was even willing to take everyone down with her. The boss was intimidated by her determination and quickly released the boy. But as they prepared to retreat, a friend accidentally hit the music button on their weapon, and the dealers realized they were carrying toy guns. They immediately tied them up, ready to finish them off. At the critical moment, police burst through the windows. Her son-in-law had already sensed something was wrong and set up a dragnet, catching all the dealers. Even though Mary was the police officer's mother-in-law, the law was the law, and she couldn't escape the punishment she deserved. After getting out of prison, Mary opened a real bakery. Business was still booming, except now the cakes no longer contained that special chocolate ingredient.